We're not at the trap site. We're in that public viewing area, so you'll get what these guys are getting.
Right.
But these helicopter ones, and they got 73 horses yesterday. They've been doing like 5, 15, so hopefully we'll get a couple good runs in them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I'm Jenny Lasiette. I am with the Bureau of Land Management. I've been here in Nevada since 2011. Prior to that, been in DC, also ran the program in Wyoming. And so I've really been watching these gathers over the last 15 plus years. So I think when you look in Nevada, with the drought years that we consistently get, you know, the couple inches of rain each year, which it's lacking, and we are in the high desert. We're literally in the high desert. When you've got a mixture of that, or you disturb the land, trailing horses, trailing wildlife, trailing cattle, and it gets overpopulated, what's going to come back and grow back are things like halogeton and the cheatgrass. Obviously not something the horses eat. And so, you know, when you look back at this land and it looks like, oh yeah, there's forage out there, when you know, 50% of it is either cheatgrass or halogeton, we've got a problem. We're about 50 miles west of Winnemucca. And I think the biggest concern out here, no matter what, every year, is the water issue. The big difference with horses that you see is they'll pick their water sites. So if you've got something that's flowing 10, 20 gallons in the wintertime per hour, and then all of a sudden summer comes and you might get 3 gallons per hour. That is not going to suffice when you're overpopulated with horses. Currently, this herd management area is about 470% over. The emergency gather is really focused on the lack of forage, which we've seen not a blade of grass all morning. And then obviously the water issue. We're seeing an average body class condition anywhere from really about 1.5 to up to 3. And when we start talking about that, we're talking about the stud difference, mares with foals, those sort of things. And you're really going to see that. And when they're going into the winter in that low of a body condition, you're looking at it being tragic. You know, the law states it very clear that they've got to thrive in a natural ecological balance with all other wildlife and all other mandates to the BLM. With the ranching community, and the federal government has the right to say, okay, we just had a drought year, and so we need you to be able to take your cows off, or we had a big fire. The horses and wildlife aren't really a resource that you can do that with. We just saw a nice load of horses go through, several babies on that, and that is just another one of those things that we manage when we are removing them from the range and bringing them to fresh water and hay and nutrients. We're separating them out. We're not throwing them in the trailer and forgetting about them. When we're talking the Bureau of Land Management, which is bottom line mandated multi-use, if we don't have those partners to manage everything at an equal level, we're going to have issues on hand. It's that domino effect. And so we've got, our partners with the different ranchers, those sort of things. They're doing the fence work. They're fixing the springs. They're diverting the water. They're making sure that the water isn't destroyed by other wildlife, horses mainly here in this area, but putting up around fences and things like that to make sure that those natural water sources thrive for the next 100 years, we hope. None of the federal agencies can do their job without the continuous support of the ranching community, when we get closer into town, the town community. No matter what's overpopulated, the way we manage everything else is very, very different than we manage horses. I'm not going to sit there and say that it's not science-based. We're always looking for the right science. But bottom line, if something's overpopulated and something else isn't, it is going to have that effect on the other species around, whether it's a plant life or an animal life. So I think that's the hardest part is, separating out those horses, making sure none of them are suffering, and then make sure that these animals continue to thrive in this really high desert climate.